Hey y'all, this is Kim with Creative Escapades. Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me today. Let's jump right into our video and see what we can create. So I'm working on a special little project today. I have the 20-ounce tumbler that I have sprayed red, white, and blue, and I'm going to use the epoxy method to get my glitter onto the cup, and I'm only going to do one color at a time. So I'm starting with the darkest, which is the blue, and I'm rubbing just a thin layer of epoxy just onto the blue area. The epoxy I'm using is a Frorizal, which is a 1-to-1 ratio, and I only mixed up about 5 milliliters of the epoxy because I don't need a whole lot for the this layer of resin. So I'm going to put the blue glitter into a cup. It'd be easier to handle. And I'm just going to sprinkle it into the epoxy and let the excess fall off of the sides. When you're doing the epoxy method, it's a lot easier for your glitter to adhere to the surface than it is for when you do the tack it method, using whether you're using tack it over and over or another method. I only had to put one layer of glitter on, whereas when I do the tack it over and over, I usually have to do a second layer of glitter. So I'm going to save this that was left over, put it back in my cup, and now I'm going to start onto this red, doing the same thing. And I started with the darker colors first and saving the white for last because I want to try to keep those white areas as clean as I can so that my lines will be crisp and my sections of glitter will be crisp. I'm not trying to blend them. I actually want them to look like crisp line stripes. And so now I'm going to do the white, doing the same thing, just applying the epoxy and being really careful at those edges where the red and the blue is. I want to try to keep it as pure as I can for the white. And the glitter that I'm using for the white come from Michels. It is the Spin It brand. And you can see I did get some of it onto the red and the blue, but I can fix that. I can go back and add a little bit of tack it after this has completely cured and add a little bit more glitter, and then my lines will be crisp. If I had done it the other way and got the blue and the red into the white, it would have been a lot harder to clean that up later. So just sprinkling this on to the other white section. And the reason why I have two white sections is one side is going to be where I put my decal, and then on the other white section is where I'm going to put the name that I plan to use. So this is dried now and are cured, and I have a couple little areas that I want to get that line a little crisp. There's a couple little areas where the resin kind of was thicker and took over the glitter. So I just want to make sure that those lines are crisp and that my glitter is nice and even. And I have done that on both sides of the red and both sides of the blue. And you can see that it's really got some really good crisp lines there. So now I'm going to add my first layer of resin, and I'm doing it one color at a time for the same reason, just in case I have some loose glitter in the red or the blue. I don't want it to get onto the white. So I'm going to start with the white so that if I do get any glitter on my finger while I'm rubbing this in, it won't contaminate the white. So I've done both white sides now, and I'm doing the red, and then I'm going to let this turn. I've already done the blue, and gonna let this turn, and I will come back in 6 hours and put another layer on top of this, and then the next day I will do the same thing. I will put a third layer on there, and I hadn't done the blue yet. I'm doing the blue now. So this was 3 layers thick, and I put 10 mils each time. Wanted to do very thin layers. Wanted to make sure that it didn't get too thick anywhere. And I'm applying a little bit of the torch to pop any bubbles that I had and to allow the resin to level out and smooth across the cup. What I'm doing now is on the blue only, I have these little stars here. I got these from Southern Girls Glitter, which is now Shiny Obsessions, and I'll put the link to that below. But they're 4-point stars is what they are, and I arranged them on my cup. There are 50 of them on there, and I'm going to use my jewel picker and pick each one of the stars up, and then use the diamond glaze with a toothpick and put just a small drop of the diamond glaze there, and for it to hold the star in place. And then I'm going to put another layer of resin over the top of this. So I'm just getting a little bit of the diamond glaze onto the toothpick, placing a drop onto the cup, and then with the jewel picker putting the star back down. Just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that up. And here it is. All 50 stars are placed onto the blue. And I'm going to get it ready now for a coat of resin. And then we'll be ready to do the decals. So it has turned overnight with a layer of resin. And it looks so cute. Those little stars sparkle. They're small, but you can still see them. See right there? They're so cute. And they're holographic, so when the light hits them, they really, really sparkle. And this cup is for a special friend who has been working throughout this whole COVID-19 on the front lines. She works at a retail store, and she has some real stories to tell. But I just wanted to show her how much I appreciate her every day going out there. And when you see her in the store, she always has a smile, and she's just a special friend. So I've got Rosie the Riveter, and I actually purchased a black and white printout version of this, and I put it into my Inkscape app and colored it, and then I took it and printed it, and then crisped up the outside lines with a permanent black magic marker, sprayed it with 3 layers of matte clear sealer, and now I'm going to put Rosie right here on the front of this tumbler. I kind of want to catch her across all 3 colors, so mostly in the white, and then just barely onto the blue and onto the red. And then I will put the little decals that I have cut out that say Frontline Hero. And then I'm going to give her a tattoo. I'm going to put hashtag Essential Worker 2020 down the forearm of Rosie. And I made the word Frontline where it kind of fit the curve of her back. Just pulling it away from the backer paper, and these letters are kind of thin, so sometimes when they're thinner they're a little bit harder to pull away, but there we go. So now we're going to put this right along the curve. Just because she has our back and she's making sure that we're all being taken care of. There we go. And then I did the word hero, and I did it out of metallic blue or holographic blue. And I only did the HER, and then for the O, I did a hollowed heart that is glittered vinyl. So we're going to get the HER right here, and then the heart part of it will go over the white and part of the edge of the blue. So once again, you keep them with the theme of red, white, and blue. So I'm going to put it right here. Got to make sure it's just right. I want it tilted just a little bit. Just like that. Isn't it cute? I love it. And then here is her little tattoo. Now my friend doesn't have a tattoo, but I just thought this would be cute. Essential workers. They're in my book. We're all essential workers. There's we out there working any kind of job, and there's so many people that aren't right now, and my heart goes out to them. But you are still essential. Right now, forever, whenever, whatever you do, you are an essential person. So, but I just thought this would just fit in with the theme and with the times that we're living in right now, and just be something we can look back on and maybe laugh at. Sometimes there's a lot of sadness right now. A lot of people don't know what they're going to do. A lot of people have lost loved ones, but you are still essential. So I had a little bit of trouble with the E on here. It wanted to move, so I'm just using my tool here, and I'm getting it back in line where I need it to be. And then I can, this little tool, if you work with vinyl and you don't have one of these, let me tell you, you need one. This thing is a lifesaver. It helps me move things when I need to move them, and so I would suggest getting one if you want to work with vinyl. So we're going to put this right here, and then we're going to gently, see right here I'm having where the, this is very, very very, very thin letters and very tiny. So I was having to use my tool again to make sure that the letters stayed where I needed them to be, and bingo bango, it's on there. And there it is, Essential Worker 2020. And on the back, I'm going to put her name, and underneath it, I'm going to put hashtag always essential. So here it is. It's got a top layer of resin on it now that will seal in the rosy and all of the little vinyl. And I think she just turned out so cute. I'm so proud of it. I haven't put the name on it yet. I will. But I did put 3 little stars here on the bottom to kind of blend back in with the star theme. And then I'll put her name on it, put the essential or hashtag always essential, and put another layer of resin, and she'll be ready to go. So I love her. I think she turned out cute. Here's the little sparkling stars on the back. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you all are well, and I'm looking forward to us all being able to get back to being the USA that we have been in the past. We are strong. We will get through it. We will make it. And I want to thank you for joining me and watching this video. You make me grow. You make me essential when you watch my videos. So please click like and share. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I invite you to do that now. Ring that bell. You'll get notified when I upload future videos. And if you have any comments or questions, you can leave them below in the comment section. The description of everything that I use will be in the description box below. And I just want to once again say thank you. Stay strong, and we will get through this all together. And you are essential. I hope to see you in my next creative escapade.